Have you heard of the new addition to the Go for Donnie podcast? I haven't either, but it's called Switch to Channel 2. That is where Donnie will get to ask his guests some questions, so you, the listener, get to know them better. And remember, hashtag HTFU.
All right, guys, welcome back to Switch to Channel 2. Rob Gomes is back with us. Thanks for sticking back with us, Rob. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Just so you know, I started Switch to Channel 2 as a fun little concept of having just a little more chatter with you because, on set, Rob, whenever you had chatter, you always switch back to Channel 2, have your chatter, and everyone would listen in, and then you'd switch it back to your respective channels. So this is our chance to chatter with you, Rob.
I love that.
I guess, really the first question I think I want to ask is, how did you get started in the industry? It's always fascinating to hear, people's journeys.
Yeah. So I moved to LA. At first, I thought I was going to be a stand-up comic.
Oh, no shit. You're my second guest that's done that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing stand-up comedy, and I'll never forget it. Jay Moore. It was Jay Moore. I don't know if you guys know who Jay Moore was. Moore.
Yeah.
He was coming at the time. He was like, "You're funny on paper." And I was like, "Oh," because I was like, my jokes were great on paper, but I was sucked on stage.
Oh.
So then long story short, I turned into, I focused on writing and producing. I got a PA job. I was a writer's PA at Warner Brothers on a show. And then I was a set PA. If you look me up on IMDb, I was a set PA for like 9 years. And that's where I didn't think I was ever going to get out. I was a set PA. I could name all the,
Wait. You were a set PA for 9 years here?
Nine
here
years
in LA?
Angeles. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, was that a union gig or something? No. Gigs aren't union.
And usually people save up their call sheets to become an AD. And I was like, I don't want to be an AD. I want to be a producer. I thought I was never going to get out. Yeah. Like Star Trek, Crank, Virtuosity, I have a long list. You could IMDb. I have a long list of movies that I did. The last one I did was with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. Collateral was the last PA gig. And then I moved and then I started writing. I was writing the whole time. And then I started getting some producer gigs on talk shows and game shows. And I was producing game shows and talk shows. So that put me in non-scripted. Yeah.
Nice.
And I was in non-scripted for a long time in LA doing talk shows and game shows with a really cool Latin network and BT and different networks. And then I moved to Atlanta and I got married and I had a baby and I didn't want to leave him because I loved him. And reality TV was popping here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I had like great resumes and I got on Love and Hip Hop and did Love and Hip Hop. And then once at the time, Love and Hip Hop was the show. And that kind of opened up other doors for me. And I did a lot of other family dramas and docu-follows and stuff like that. And I found my way. I was like, I'm tired of these divas.
Yeah.
And then I found my way into romance TV and I never left.
Nice.
So,
hey, congrats. Well, it's definitely a niche, I mean, it's here to stay. I think the format's changing, maybe a little. I did just read something about verticals. So, the whole vertical movie with Drama Box and all these Chinese apps, very hot and heavy. I mean, earlier this year, I was scouting for one that I worked on. And at that day, there were 200 of those filming in LA at one time, right? And these are all, there's no permitting or anything like that. So anyways, fast forward to Samsung and I think Sony or maybe Warner Brothers, I forget who it is, are starting to get into the vertical world. So hopefully that's going to be the next genre, because it's just flipping everything, that's all it is just, and breaking it into, 1 minute or 2 minute segments. So hopefully that's the next wave of romance, just vertically instead of horizontally.
As long as it pays the bills.
I mean, people can do it standing up, right?
Absolutely. Totally do it standing up.
So, all right. So that brings you to date. So clearly, the industry that we work in is very, 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 very slow. It's at all-time lows. They keep saying it's record number low for things filming, especially here in California. Do you see anything on the horizon to change or anything and bouncing back our industry? Anything from Atlanta you see or, No,
it's tricky. So Atlanta's dying. So this is how I like to tell people what Atlanta is. We're China. Things come from Los Angeles. They get greenlit. they get approved, and then they're sent to Atlanta to be made. Like, we're China. We have our crews here. We just make everything. They've built all these beautiful studios. Marvel is down here, and everybody left because everybody's going overseas right now.
Nice.
So Atlanta, there's nothing brewing here. There's no momentum. It's a beautiful city with a bunch of empty stages, because everything is generated from Los Angeles. Everything is greenlit. Everything comes from LA. The why and what's going to happen next, I don't know, man. It's scary. Because I use this example, like, I have kids. Somebody's at my door. It's probably one of my kids. And I have teenagers. They're teenagers now, but I've watched them. They're 17 and 13. And they never, I don't want to say never, but damn it, I can almost say they never turn the TV on.
Yeah.
They only turn the TV on to watch YouTube or to stream to YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
So there's a whole new generation that's coming up that's not watching TV.
Yeah. They don't even know. They don't know what the networks are. They don't know ABC, NBC, and CBS. They don't know what they are.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I really don't. It's a very strange time to see what's going to happen and how and why. But Atlanta's doing what you're seeing in Los Angeles. It's just slow and quiet, and a couple movies here and there, a couple Netflix things here and there. But I don't know. It's scary.
Definitely not happening or popping off in the unscripted world. You keep seeing like there's 22 scripted series or movies that are going to be made in California this year. It's like, that's great.
California,
that's great. Yeah, it's like, but it's just a whole different industry other than the scripted world. Like a big chunk of people that live, especially in LA County, that work in the unscripted world that are out of work. I mean, it's just nuts.
Yeah, and I don't know the why. That's the big thing. Like I'm, we're smart guys. Help me understand the why, other than people aren't watching.
I think it started years ago. I think it was a slow go after all the streaming. Like, everything started going to streaming, right? Going away from their networks and putting it on streaming platforms, right? They started buying Netflix. Netflix had to license all this content to have it up on their platform. Any platform that had content that wasn't theirs, they're licensing. So they're not making that much money on the licensing of that. So they started losing money on that, I think. It didn't help that all these companies like, HBO Max, that owns everything in the world, bought up all these smaller companies. And there used to be a Discovery separate from HBO Max, or other companies under Discovery that they bought. So all these smaller companies that were bought up by these larger companies, so you don't have all these companies selling the content anymore. Right. So you don't have these companies buying much content anymore. And just between that, over the years, that happening, right, continued by the pandemic, that fucked things up. The strike didn't help, because the last time the strike happened, it was reality TV boomed, but clearly there was no money for it again. So I just think it was just, and then the fires, that also didn't help, displacing a lot of people in the industry. So it's so many reasons and so many things that are coming together that are happening, at least what I think could have helped push this, the economy. I mean, let's recession. I mean, they keep saying we're not in a recession, but it sure felt like we've been in a recession the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's what I think. And hopefully we bounce back in some way. I think it's just going to be more YouTube, more short form content, social media content. It's going to have to still be created in a creative way. It's just less people doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there's an audience for non-scripted. People still love it. What I've noticed, though, is the shows that I've been getting calls for are the shows that have been tried and true that are coming back, like Bachelor or Farmer Wants a Wife. Like, I haven't gotten a call for a new show. Every show that I've gotten a call for is like a show that's been on forever.
An established show.
Yeah, which is kind of scary that they're, and all the development execs, not all of them, but a lot of them have been just gutted, and departments have been gutted. It's because they're not buying. Yeah. And they're slow to buy. So I don't know. The audience is leaving them. The audience is leaving them. They're going to YouTube. Even, I think they said 70%. I know, I don't want to get my percentage. I don't like the fact thing, but a chunk, maybe it's a percentage of 70 and above. Maybe that's what it was. Are tuning into YouTube now
and going away from regular TV. So, you do have that older generation that's actually finally tuning into YouTube. And then, of course, the younger generation, that's all they watch, that and TikTok. So they're not turning on that TV, like you said, to watch anything other than YouTube.
Yeah.
So if their audience isn't there, the ad revenue, I figured I need to come up with my numbers. I need to be a better researcher and have numbers on hand. You can
always put it in later too, because you only edit.
Yeah,
you
that's
throw
true.
A graph up later. Yeah.
Okay, here's my graph. Here are my numbers.
Yeah.
Right? Check out these numbers. So what that means is all the ads, or I should say all the advertising dollars are going away from traditional TV and going to YouTube and branded content and content creators. So
and I get it. It's bespoke TV. It's whatever you want to watch. Like, I'm into kite surfing. I can find kite surfing all day long. I mean, I get the appeal of it. I'm on there for a reason.
I know.
I'm on YouTube for a reason, because I get it. It is what's next. It is what's now. But
it is, and good on you for doing that, because, quite a few past guests that I've had on the show have pivoted and do have YouTube channels and are cranking out content on those channels because they see that's where it's at. So I don't know, I'm a fan of YouTube. I mean, I watch it a lot. Clearly, my podcasts are on there, and I have some other content that I'm actually working on something with my cousin right now to start another channel, and then I'm gonna I had this great show idea. At least I think it is. I'll share it with you offline. That I'm gonna actually take and create another podcast and try to go that route and see if popularity of something like that can get picked up as a show somehow, because it just doesn't seem like you can sell anything, or there's no distribution for any really good idea unless you really know someone.
Yeah. Or you have a YouTube channel and you have proof that your numbers, you have an audience, then you can move the needle, and then you can maybe get on TV.
I know, but maybe you don't even want TV. Maybe maybe that's the wrong goal that you're trying to achieve. Like, get rid of that carrot, and get an eggplant. I don't know, or what, cucumber, whatever the else you want to equate to YouTube, and then and that's what everyone keeps saying is, like, create your own content, like make your own content, be your own boss. You do whatever you want to do, and then hopefully that's engaging enough where the audience, you can find an audience and build that audience
and grow it. Yeah. Because I think about, I've made empires for people, like Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
The producers, the two guys they were crew members. One was a camera guy, and the other one was an audio guy. And they got into Love and Hip Hop, and they didn't know. I mean, they love hip hop like everybody else does, but they didn't know the nuance. And so they bring in producers like me who are plugged into the world. And I've made empires for people, and they paid me, and I loved it, and that was part of my job. But I was just like, I've made so many, and I've made some, stars out of reality people, and who've gone on to launch brands. So I was just like, all right, I think I have to get in front of the camera now. I think it's my turn.
Do it yourself.
Yep. Yeah.
Do it yourself.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
I mean, that's good. Good on you, man. You keep the drive going, because, everyone just says, just do it. And, there's so many people that have great ideas, right? People are always like, I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea. Everywhere, every part of the country, anywhere. It's like, it might be a good idea, but that idea just sits there. No one has that drive to actually move that idea forward and put it into action. So that's step one, is taking that and putting it into action and have a little follow through to, what you're doing now. So good on you, because I don't know, there's this percentage of of people that start projects, especially, online projects, that don't follow through and don't succeed with it. So it's just consistency,
Yeah, bro.
Keep it up, and we'll keep promoting each other. Okay, well, I have just a handful of fun, quick-fire questions for you here.
Okay. I want to share one thing that I love you for this moment, and I wanted to share it with you. I was like, I can't not tell Donny about this. There was this one moment that I don't remember how the conversation came about. I think we were probably meeting with executives or something, and in Hollywood, it's about relationships, right? You get your jobs from the relationships you have with the people that you have. And you're always trying to be the greatest person that you can be, or do the best job you can so people will like your job. And one day you told me, you were like, how did you phrase it? It was so great. It was basically like, I'm not fucking kissing their ass, because those people never turn around and help me, right? I'm just going to do the best job that I can. And that's why I get hired, because I'm good at what I do and I'm passionate about what I do. Those people never help you. And I was like, he's absolutely right. Like, I've been saying that for years. Like, all this butt kissing I've been doing, all these relationships that I've been building, 98% of those people never helped me. 98.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe there's a 2% that have. Like, David Tibble's fucking amazing. Love that dude. But nobody reaches back and tries to help you. And I love that you said, fuck them. I'm going to be amazing at my job. And that's how I'm going to get hired. And I remember when you said that, and I was like, that dude there is the man.
It's true, though. It's because, no company's going to be loyal to you. You're your own brand. You're going to have to, you have to do everything yourself. And just like you, and I'm not going to stop doing that, because I'm going to do the best to my ability at every task that I have, every job that I have, right? But I just don't. All that ass kissing, any like, there's no loyalty. They don't care. It's like, all right, you don't care about me. Like, I'm just gonna do my job, do my thing, and move on, and never rely on you, because I've been burned by companies, and you're just like, they don't care. They just don't care.
Yeah, I just like, who else can do this job? Yeah, so
yeah, we're just a number. They can, we're replaceable. And really, in reality, we're all expendable.
Yeah, I get it.
There's someone else up, but I mean, it's just a gross feeling, But thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Fuck the man, right?
Fuck them. Just be great at what you do and let them find you because of what you do.
That's right. Amen.
Yeah.
God bless it. All right. So.
All right. Bring on the silly questions.
Here's some silly questions, but this one's kind of funny. So, what's the wildest "we'll fix it in post" you've ever heard on set?
Oh man.
Fix it in post.
Yep. That's a tricky one for us, because we're in reality TV and we buy into whatever the real is. So it's not like we'll make it something that it's not. I don't have an answer for that one.
Wait, did you just say, can you just repeat what you said? Because I think...
So we work in reality TV and we buy into the real. So it's not whatever happens in the real, we film it. And sometimes it just doesn't make the cut if it's boring. They don't fix it.
Oh, I thought you were saying we never make anything up. I thought that's what you were saying.
Oh, no, we totally make shit up. I've seen, all right, here's the closest I can get for what we do, because I do a lot of dating shows with you, is I've seen somebody get really romantic, like a couple get really close, and like he'll pull her in, but these cowboys don't want to kiss girls on camera because they're really ultra Christian and whatever excuses they were using that they weren't kissing these women. So I've seen scenes where they'll get really, really close and he'll pull her in and then we'll cut away to another person because they won't kiss.
Oh my god!
So that's the closest I've seen of fix it in post. Just cut away before they don't kiss. Yeah.
Allude to it. You're alluding to it.
Yeah. That's the best I can do.
That's funny. Like cut away. Don't show them not kissing. All right.
Yeah, because they weren't kissing.
That's funny. Which city or location shoot scared you the most, but you'd still like to go back? Which frightened you? Because there's a lot of places around the U.S. frightened the hell out of me.
There's a lot of those, right? So you and I were doing a scene on we had Mitchell and I think it was Sydney on a kayak on a river.
Yes.
That was part of a big not nuclear, but a dam.
That's right.
And there was a window that we had to be on the boat and off of the lake before the dam would open up and flood the whole river. And the sun was going down, and my DP was a panic, as always. And that was a scary moment because you guys, they got in the boat, and then we drove ahead to meet them with the landing spot. And I had no contact with the cast. I think you were with them at the time.
Yep.
From point A to point B. And I had no way to call you. I was looking at my watch to make sure the dam wasn't going to open up. That was a very scary time for me, because we're ultimately responsible for these people's lives and our crew, and if anything happened, that scared the fuck out of me.
I remember that. I had to step in and operate the boat for a man because he couldn't make it for reasons. Good thing I can operate a boat with a camera on it, nevertheless. So Jaya and I were driving up to Missouri, up to one of the mixers that we were having think it was Missouri. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was Missouri.
Yep.
And we were driving through some town in Kentucky. I took some like cutoff and went into a gas station, and literally, I think we looked at each other. We just turned around and walked out. It was like one of those like crazy places. And so there's so many places like in the South that I don't know. When you walk in and the heads turn, they're like, you're not from here, and you're just like,
suddenly walked in the MAGA world. Yeah,
get me the fuck out of here. You're like, oh, it's so unsettling. Oh my god. All right, what's the one production phrase that instantly makes you roll your eyes? So many.
Instantly makes me roll my eyes. The one I love the most is "That's a Wrap." I love that one the most. What's the one that makes me roll my eyes? Oh, you know what? When everybody's like, "Oh, we're just making TV. We're just making TV. Don't be stressed out. We're just making TV." That's trite piece of crap phrase, because there's so much stress that's on guys like you and me, because there's so much money on the line. You're not just making TV.
Yeah.
You're making careers. You're making businesses, lots of money. So you're not just making that phrase there.
Yeah. Oh man, I hate. So I'm assistant director as well on some shoots, and so for me, I'm always counting down like minutes. Like to me, it's minutes in the day, right? And so whenever I'd ask someone like, how much longer, and they're like, just a little bit longer. And that drove me crazy. And I'm like, mother trucker, I need minutes. That doesn't help me. A little bit longer in my day does not help me in that 12-hour day. So that always got my goats a little bit. Here we go. All right, here's a great question that's going to relate to some things we did. What's the craziest thing that you had to do to make a show work? You can think about this.
Oh.
Craziest thing you had to do to make a show work.
No, I think, I don't know if say it's crazy, but it's the biggest challenge I have is helping people connect. Like having cowboys who are not used to expressing their feelings emote to a woman that they really like them, so that the audience buys it. Or the other side of that, having a woman be honest about, look, I really don't like this guy, and I need to walk away from him, but I want to be a star. I want to be the next Kim Kardashian. So then they lie. It happens a lot on another show that has the number 90 in it. So that they lie pretending that they like a guy when they're just like, I want the green card, I want the money, I want the Tesla, And it's always the hardest thing for me is making it look real when I really know the deal.
It's so frustrating when you see that, because you hear, I'll just use Farmer Wants a Wife for example. You hear about how Farmer Wants a Wife started in Australia, and how successful it is in Australia, and that they cast women that are actually looking for farmers to marry. These are real people looking for that, and it feels like here in the States, the casting is for young women. Some might be looking for a husband, but most of them are just looking for their 2 minutes or something to add to their TikTok or their following, and that's just like, it's just weird. And then like to what you're saying is you have to force all this shit. You have to make up all this shit instead of just actually docu-following maybe something actually nice happening and people falling in love on camera.
Yeah, it's a challenge. It really is, because everybody comes on with an agenda.
That's it.
On most of these shows, everybody comes on with an agenda. Yep. The one thing I do like about farmers, though, the farmers usually come on really looking for a quality relationship. It may not be a wife, but they want a quality relationship that may lead to a wife. So they come in with a great attitude and an honesty and sincerity. The women, some of them, like, let's take Sydney for example. Yeah. Sydney really wanted a great guy like Mike Mitchell, and they hooked up. And not everybody else, but a lot of other ones come on with, I'm going to be the next Kim Kardashian kind of mentality.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use this to launch.
And Sid, I like spotted her from the get-go. I'm like, this girl, she's real. She's down to earth. She's cool. She's not pretentious. I really liked Sydney, and I thought she was a good part and good placement for Mitchell. And now I think they're engaged. Are they engaged?
Are they?
I don't know. Maybe they'll announce it on my show. I'll ask them when they come on.
I'm coming to that wedding.
Yeah,
I put them together. No,
Oh
I'm
no.
definitely coming.
Yeah. Oh no. I'll hit up his mom. I'll get us invites.
Yeah, I'll call your
Yeah,
mom, bitch. I got her number.
we don't have
She
to wait.
follows me on the gram. Yeah.
We don't have to wait
I
for
love
Mitchell.
his mom. Yeah.
Oh, they are
No, I know
amazing.
I'm coming to that wedding.
Yeah, we'll hook it up. All right, so let's talk about your show again. Your
Real Love
YouTube
Rob.
show. Let's hear about it, and I want to know what other shows you have coming up, if any, you planned, or any topics. You know?
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So Real Love Rob, I take what works in reality TV and I bring it to reality. All the advice, all of the things I've learned that worked in reality TV to help people make better connections. I'm not here to get you laid. I'm here to help you get a better connection. Well, a lot of what we do on our shows is choosing what the right person for you is. And then, if it's not the right person, teaching you how to make better choices, right?
Yeah.
Check your intention. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a date? Are you looking for a girlfriend? So a lot of what I do on my show, Real Love Rob, is I take what worked in reality TV and I bring it to reality. I was saying earlier that my channel was basically helping dudes on dates, but there's like 70% of my audience is women and 30% is men now. So I'm changing my perspective. I'm talking directly to women.
They want your insight. They want the insight of what you're telling these guys, so that way they know in advance, so they can set it up.
You think that's what it is? I've been perplexed. I thought it was just that I look good in a suit. I was my mom's like, I watch to see what you're going to wear.
Oh my God, I love it. And you look money. You look fucking money in your suit. You look really good. Your set, everything looks really good. The lighting, lighting's difficult. I'm like, I'm not it's not my lane, but I'm trying to drive in it. But you look so money in your suit. You look really good. So
that's what I thought. I was like,
maybe it is the women. Maybe they do want your insight, so that way they know what they have to do to snag these guys that you're giving advice to.
Yeah. But so now what I'm doing is I'm talking to both of them, talking to men and women, but I definitely make sure that I talk to my female audience. So I've been doing a lot of things about that I've learned on the shows. Like, so for a quick example, I did this episode called Girls in Competition, because there's so many. What we do is like usually like 7 women after one guy. So how are you as a woman, how are you to conduct yourself to get his attention and not feel like you've sold your soul in that situation? So I've been giving advice to women based on what I do now, and still talking to the guys too. So that's kind of where my channel is going, and getting more women watching than dudes.
Maybe, dude, I'm sensing some more into this. Like, I don't know, maybe a book, a guidance book.
We'll see.
It sounds like you could give, or maybe you are giving some women a little guidance on how to come onto these shows and how to navigate. That's what you're alluding to, right? How they navigate through the show to be noticed.
Based on what I've learned in the show, how to navigate in the real world in this situation. Like, if there's you're at a bar and there's 3 women going for the same guy, how do you get his attention and still feel that you're a quality woman and you're not selling your soul to get his attention? Things like that I've learned.
That's so cool. Going back to, I think, you could probably write a book about this. I think that, your audience might like that. So, but it's cool that you have this and you're working out there. Any other topics that you're going to be going on other than just love? Or is it just...
No, really, I'm staying in my lane, Donnie. I'm like, I know I'm the best wingman you'll ever have. I have like, the Outsider's book, or was it Insider's book? I don't know what it is, but I have my 10 years of dating experience. I've been on more dates than your average person, and I've watched it from both sides. So I stay in my lane, and I just help people make better connections.
That's so cool.
That's my lane. I stay right with it. That's what I know.
Oh man, that's awesome. Well, good on you. All right. Well, if you ever need any love advice from me,
I'm not calling you. No, I know you're happily married. I should. Yeah. You're happily married.
Oh,
you've been booed up for a while.
That's different than trying to do that peacocking and like having, I always say, I'm like, I really feel, I don't want to feel sorry or for bad. I shouldn't say that, but it just sucks thinking about having to date and having to put yourself out there.
Put yourself out there.
Always put together and like blah, blah, blah. And, and having to sell yourself like constantly.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you don't have to do that, man, it's so freeing. You know, you're just like, fuck, I don't care.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
you
so
made a
nice.
great connection, and it works, right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to help people make, is to make those good connections so that you can get to where you are with your
to
work.
where you're just like, it's fucking, you know, things might be shitty, but it's still good, you know, because you got each other. So,
Yeah.
but all right, well, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you switching channel too. They're calling us. I don't know if you can hear. They're trying to get us
back
to
to
go
work.
back to channel. They're always telling me to come back to my channel, man, all the time. So, thanks again, man, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you on the flippity flip, man. Take it easy, dude.
Too.
All right,
later, brother. Love you.
Take it easy. Later.
Production for Donny.
Go for Donny. Locations for Donny. Go for Donny.
Habitat for Donny.
Go for Donny.
Hey, Donny, what the hell are they doing?